Hello and welcome to Navi Youth taking on Mew in this Best of One series. It's going to be on Dust 2 in the quarterfinals of the Fight Night Season 2 qualifiers. And now we've actually seen Navi Youth returning, having played in CSGO Fight Night before we saw in Season 1. They came at 6th, which really isn't too bad at all, having lost that lower bracket run, being cancelled out by Trick, losing 2-1 on maps. And frankly, if you're able to take a map off Trick, then, you're really going into this as favourites. We go back, we look at Mew, a team that's relatively unheard of, the roster being Mewpie, Existent, Rajin, Falshi, and Klivik, both, rosters that we haven't really, or players we haven't really seen on any, tier 3, 4 rosters, so we'll have to see just if they're able to upset Navi Youth here, bearing in mind they're coming in here as a dark horse, and the advantage of that, of course, is that there's no strats to be used against you. You're going to be going in there, and even if you just play in a very pug-heavy style, you're still going to have to wait for Navi Youth to catch you by or react with you putting the ball in their courts. Of course, bearing in mind, the winner of this will go on to play in the semi-finals, in which they will, of course, go to the finals to try and join 100 Ping Gods, Team Unique, Projects F, and Z Zombies in the teams that have already qualified for CSGO Fight Night Season 2. Of course, we should be going live into the game fairly soon, and with that, we head in-game instantly. It's actually a bit of a delay. We've got Mew already 1-0 up against Navi Youth, getting that initial pistol round. We're going to see Youth forcing back into this themselves. Will be Deagles and Armor on Sphere and Morex. Nosy and Hedrick going to be holding on to these scouts as Muncie instantly opening up, finding Rajin to take him down. That's a great opening for the Youth. As we go back to Mew, we'll just see how they react with this one-man disadvantage. Look at that mini-map. We see them kind of stack up towards lower tunnels, maybe reacting by taking that short control. When you have limited utility, short is really the only place you can get to effectively, because of the amount of angels you have to take. You're not going to have to smoke, well, hardly anywhere off, because you're going to be fighting it regardless. As Morek's going to be that point of contact on short. And he swings forward here. It looks like he's going to be ready to spot those players. Fear going to be with him as support, and that smoke's perfectly timed. However, Mewpie instantly finding Morex. Fear is location unknown. If you shift forward at the right time here, you might be able to catch a player off guard. However, rather than falling back, he's going to be re-smoking gear. Granted, there's only 45 seconds left, so he is burning a bit of time away from you. He's waiting for that flash to come on through, and actually as he aggresses, he's just going to hug that smoke. Wary of any aggression that could be on the other side of it. Again, holding firm, 30 seconds left now, and they're going to have to start being a bit worried, because they do still have to get all the way up short and get that sight, and that re-smoke is going to force them on away. The smoke usage perfect by Navi Youth, as we see them now just turning around, sprinting up towards mid B, and Fear's been able to get behind just in time, since finding one. Fear finding one of his own as well. Exist is able to trade the scout from Headtrick, finding one of his own. It's all on Mewpie. 1 versus 3, and as the scouts ring true, they know his location. Uneasy instantly finding his head, and Navi Youth tie it up 1-1. We're actually going to see response being a full force spike coming out from Mew. It will be an AWP in the hands of Mewpie. Glass cannon, the remainder only going to have these Deagles and armor. Navi Youth, on the other hand, going to be holding firm with the guns that they have. They're going to be playing a bit of a bonus and hoping to keep these MP9s and scouts alive into the round after, of course, because if they break this, the economy of Mew absolutely in tatters if they lose it. Rajin going to take that point contact on short, and this time he's got a bit more aggressive than we saw Mew last time. We saw them kind of stacking up, wanting to play off each other. Uneasy, going to spot those players in mid, and nades just to scare them away. However, Mew actually aggressing further. Falshi going to swing forward. Deagle ringing true. He'll tear the head clean off of Fear. He pushes on closer. He's going to spot that second player. However, as the smoke goes off, we're going to see Enzen just full on away with the remaining players of Mew, this time committing heavily to that short push, and that AWP in the hands of Mewpie hasn't been seen at all yet. As those nades go out, that's a beautiful nade coming across from center sight. Hedrick finding one. Hedrick looking for his second though, as scouts or flashes continue going off. That Mew getting towards that site. The bomb does go down. 4 versus 4 retake now. 4. Navi Youth and Mew, that AWP rings true. Finding Hedrick instantly to open it up. Many players going to be there as well. Almost finding a second of Mew. Even though he's glass cannon, he's still going for these peaks. So the Deagle from NZ's able to finish it off. They're spamming in that smoke with Volshy. They're actually able to take him down. Cynix being that remaining player. 1 versus 4. The knife from Klivik. Almost able to fight him. However, that AK will take him down. And Mew make it 2-1. It's actually going to be a fairly, well, another force spike coming out from Navi Youth, and neither team wanting to give the other an economic lead, as both of them fight for these round wins. We're actually going to see Navi sprinting up top mid with that Deagle. And Zen's going to be ready for it, instantly taking down Uneasy. With the rest of the team from you, going to be pushing forward, hoping to get this long control. As the smoke goes down from Mew, that AWP proving to be a really good power weapon here, allowing so much space to be made for Mew. Navi is not wanting to peek into it. Rajan with this Mac 10, covering the distance, swinging on wide to find that first player. Looking for a second, the trade does come through though. As the MP9s continue to ring. Klivik actually finding two of his own. Zintics running through the smoke, finding one, or not even finding one actually. He'll tag them both down fairly low, but Klivik finding a 3k. And securing Mew. Their third round. 3-1 they lead now, and Navi Youth really put in a position where the only other choice they have is to be ecoing. Their economy not looking very strong at all. And Cynex instantly legged as he tries to jump across there. Rajan going to be taking that long control. However, in person Navi is wanting to go out mid, but Newpie is just a firing range for him. Volshy preventing any push forward as well. He'll find a second as well, just tapping away with the support of Mew, and nothing gets behind him. He'll turn 90 degrees, find that player pushing up from B, and find a third for himself as Mew make it 4-1 now. Navi Youth on the flip side though, going to be able to buy up fully into this. We're going to see M4, we're going to see full utility coming off the back of this. Uneasy going to be the only player without an M4, going to be holding on to that FAMAS. As Navi Youth now going to be falling into a fairly passive default. They were able to get long control and not really capitalizing off this. It wouldn't surprise me if we see them just fall on back. Maybe a boost onto blue, actually. We don't see that very often at all. However, the push from Rajan comes in very early on. With a player above him, he probably doesn't expect that at all. As Uneasy can actually just be pushing on wide. They'll take him down instantly. The follow-up flashes, forcing them away. However, Mew, their sights have been focused elsewhere. Cynix going to be that point of contact on B as that smoke goes down. Many players from Mew going out towards mid, hoping to potentially split B here. As the push comes forward, the mollies go out. And Navi Youth flashing through it. Fear going to find Klivik before falling on away. He's actually going to find a second onto Volshy. Mewpie able to trade him though. 4 versus 2 now for Navi Youth, and as the swing comes forward from Cynix, it will all be on Mew. That AWP that's been alive since pretty much round 3. He'll find more X, that's an opening. However, there are still 3 players hunting him down, and with 1 player on the flank, he doesn't have much choice. Actually, the only place he can go, he's chosen correctly. It was that A site bomb in hand. So Plant goes through, he's going to spot that player jumping up near him. And at least he gets a plant. Player close to them. Almost ready there with a no-scope. However, Edric going to take him down. Easy a nade from his own team in punishment. However, the kill's found. Navi Youth find their second. 4-2 now. You lead against them. As the bite comes on through. Navi Youth, granted they lost some guns there, they are able to completely reinvest. We'll see that AWP in the hands of Hedrick. Mew on the other hand, buying up as well. Mew holding on to that AWP firmly as they go for long control. The fight initiates, and Cynix swinging on wide to get that control. The flash goes out. The spam comes through, preventing any support. However, that player on blue is able to stay alive. Swing comes around, and Klivik will find the head of Cynix through the smoke. Klivik finding a second onto Morax as well. And Mew doing a great job getting long control here without losing a single player. It is 5 players stacked up, so you do run the risk of not having map control anywhere else, but as Mew instantly able to find head trick, the remaining players from Navi Youth realize this doesn't matter. He's just going to barrel up long, get that plant, and Fear and Manisi realizing that enough's enough. They're going to fall on back, hoping to save these guns into round 8. And as that bomb ticks on down, we're going to see Mew now falling on back. Not really hunting too heavily, it would just be Folshi pushing up towards T-spawn. The remaining players just hanging around pits, bumping too heavily. When is he going to make that contact? We don't see much of a reaction. It looks like Mew just going to hang on to those AKs. And all things considered, they actually have the money to hunt here. However, looks like they're going to be looking to build an economy. It'll be 9k on 3 of their players going in to round 8. And on the side of Navi Youth, we're going to see Morax going 007. As Navi Youth looks to eco around the rifles that they've been able to save. Fear and Manisi going to different respective sites, hoping to maybe get a pick and then drop it for the player there with. Morax going to be tagged down with Klivik actually being so aggressive on this long take. We've seen him time and time again now. Just run up from long and just take the aim duel. That confidence really ringing true now as Morax starts the round off with, well, almost pretty much starts it with 25 HP. As Navi Youth now going to be stacking the safe site, and rightfully so from the looks of it. Players from Mew just shifting on forwards. It took them a while to line up that utility, and that might be to their detriment. As point contact is made, Ishii finding Fear instantly. Unfortunately, that wasn't one of the rifles. As Linux with that airforce spamming through, he's going to find Volshi. Hedrick losing his head. Morax finding one. Manisi from behind finding Klivik as well. 2 versus 2 now, and this eco from Navi Youth has proven to be absolutely wonderful for them. Mew with that up on long, gonna see if he can find anything as Rajan comes up from behind as well. A swing in the wrong place could spell the ends for Mew and Rajan actually. Swing comes forward, Rajan spotted, but Manisi actually able to take him down. 25 seconds left now, and Mew needs to move quickly. He knows that player's on elevator, but he doesn't know where his teammate is. He continues shifting on forward. He's going to spot that first player, taking him down. The swing comes forward. He'll find the second shot! Taking down Manisi. A great follow-up. As Mew make it 6-2 now. And they've proven to be a really, well, dark horse here. You wouldn't expect them to even get a couple of rounds against a team like Navi Youth. We saw Navi Junior only a couple of days ago absolutely stomp Dust2. As Mew now going to be taking some fairly fast mid-control. The response is there from Navi Youth, though, pushing up short, wanting to make them work for it. It looks like Folshi is actually ready for some aggression. That nade going to do a fair chunk of damage as well. As Mew now, with mid-control established, Rajan exchanging fire before fully on away. It wouldn't surprise me if we see that follow-up flash to allow them to get through. You now slowly clearing mid, trying to see what he can find. As Navi Youth, of course, just not giving them much. Hiding on center side, hiding towards back box. And the only real control they had was on control. And as they come on down, Meepy is going to make that painfully obvious as he'll spot that player drop. He's going to shift on forward now, trying to take him down. And he'll find him. Fear falls, and Mew goes to a one-man advantage. And rather than explode off it, we see them just regaining control of short and almost faking their position. It forces 2 players to always be on that B site. You do see the rotation coming now, but again, with 30 seconds left, it's probably a bit late as those flashes go off. Morax is able to get away. As the follow-up flash goes off, that first player found by Hedrick. Morax shifting on forward, he's going to see the players close in the distance. Hedrick finding a second. Mew able to trade. Hedrick finding a third, actually. on short, almost finding a fourth, exchanging the aim duel with Mew. As again, Mew put into a clutch situation. 10 seconds left on the clock. He's going to bait out that AWP shot. Scope in again, ready to find the next player. As he waits for the jump to come in through CT, realizes he has no time. And rather than die without any money, without any monetary gain, he's just going to fall back into towards lower tunnels, waiting for a push to come to him. However, Navi Youth have none to come. 6-3 now, Mew lead. Now scoping in mid, almost legging down that first player instantly. As both teams still able to invest into this. We see Mew, they've won so many rounds in a row with bomb plants that their one full buy loss doesn't actually damage their economy too badly. We do see N10 still with 4k to his name. Morex, 50 HP as well to open up the round. As Volshi flashes to short, the swing comes round, and Volshi instantly finding Morex. The follow-up push is there as well. He hears that player drop into CT, and he knows that A-site is most likely clear. We'll see that push come back from long. We've seen how effective Fear and Hendrik can be holding the site. However, Fear just forced to fall on away, and the site is in the hands of Mew, completely out-positioning Navi Youth there, getting that first kill, dropping down, allowing them to get that site instantly. Is he going to be swinging on wide? He's going to be wary of that lower tunnels player. Ration finding one. The trade is there, though. Cynex able to take him down, and for Navi Youth, all but proves to them that it's going to be a save. Not wanting to risk another break of the economy. We see them now with about 2k on Morex, and that's the most they're going to have. And with very little utility to save, well, no utility to save as well. Holding on to these two AWPs is going to be absolutely pivotal for them. Fear finds Volshi as he aggresses in towards CT, but he needs to be careful. That AWP from Mew has proven to be deadly. And already on 13 kills in just a couple of rounds, and another jump spot could spell the end of him. But he knows better. We'll see him go back in towards B tunnels. How's that bubble go off? Mew, gonna find their 7th round. 7-3 now, they lead against Navi Youth. As the push comes through, the default goes down. Actually, quite a late smoke, as it doesn't seem to work very well either. We're going to see Mew going into a default again, though. Navi Youth fighting for long control. However, control hasn't been established just yet. Cynex actually looking to push in towards tunnels. You see him getting a fairly aggressive angle as the push comes forward. Enzen is ready for him, but to what extent? The double push comes forward, and that AWP, if he just shifts forward just a bit closer, it could spell the end. Mew actually able to get mid control as well, shifting on out. I'm not sure if Fear heard him. That smoke definitely could be problematic for him. Fear, a swing in the wrong direction could spell the end for him. As Mew turns around. And the shift push continuing to come out from Mew, looking to flank this B site without any contact made at all. Fear's taken so long to swing, he will eventually find Mew, but the push is already there. And with that, Rajin finds 2 and Vici finds Fear. And Fear, hiding in CT there, has absolutely ruined the defense for Navi Youth. They needed that information on mid, even if it was just a jump shot or a shoulder peek. Something to tick them off that there could potentially be a split here. Unfortunately, he only does it once the players are already on top of that B site. And the pincer came in. You're going to get another bomb plant, and Navi Youth with another save. Hendrik didn't even get to leave along with Morex that round. They saw the push come through, they saw the team collapse, and just went into long doors. Mew doing a very good play there to make contact. Unfortunately for Fear, he was unable to spot them. There's Mew. I'm going to find their 8th now. As Navi Youth now, their economy finally broken. It will be the Eagles coming out around the 2 rifles that they've been able to save. Sinek's going to be hugging that smoke again. We saw that aggression pretty much work, but Fear now in mid. Easy finding that first player. Phil almost finding a second. Clivic able to trade a great headshot to follow it up. Easy going to swing wide again, finding a second onto Clivic, a great shot as he's able to pick up that orb and full on away. And the magic of an orb is that you don't really need armor to use it. That one-shot kill potential outweighs any potential problem. Headtrick finding Rajan as he pushes in towards the long. Folshy now going to have to fight Morex. Sure, he'll find that first player. It's all on Intense. He'll fall, and Navi Youth need that round. They also desperately need it as well. They had no economy behind that, and that was finally a round for them to build it. They find their fourth. Granted, Mew going to be fairly comfortable in this round. However, they put some of their players down just a little bit lower. Fishy on 1.7. Rajan on only 100. As we see, Mew now set up for what could potentially be a B-take. 3 players in tunnels at the ready and signing. See how confident he is. Just take contact in tunnels, spam a bit, maybe push a bit as well. Actually, Mew taking very fast shot control. The flash goes off, the swing comes forward. That person dropping to CT, and Mew finding very fast shot control indeed, as there's not much response from Navi Youth. We saw them so focused on that long control that they didn't quite have the presence towards short to fight for it. Instead, we'll see them up towards A site and fight them as the push comes through from Mew. As that set piece goes out, the molly to follow, released. Well, the double molly actually released by a bit of time, but the flash will allow Rajan to drop into CT. And that allows a bit of a flank to come through. Fear, on an aggressive angle, will find Falshi. For falling on away, we're going to see Mew actually turning their attention towards B. There's actually a player lurking in towards CT spawn. So Rajan is going to be the catalyst for this round. 30 seconds left now as the smokes go down. Sinek's going to be that point of contact for Navi Youth. Same goes to Headtrick. Headtrick finds one before falling on the way. N10 falling. Headtrick finding a second onto Civic. As Rajan finds that player from behind. Sinek's finds Mew. Rajan falls to Manizi. The trade is there for Navi Youth, and they find their 5th round. Mew leading 8-5, but that lead is slowly falling to just 3 rounds now. As Navi looking to make it 7. It's Mew in mid, almost legging that player again. We can find a Sinex. He's spamming the tunnels again. Easy on mid again. A push at the right moment could be absolutely perfect for him. And so he's going to molly and look to fall on away. As Mew not wanting to fight for mid. They hear that molly come on through and they're just going to back on away. They've been draining enough utility from Navi Youth here. Is Falshi able to get in that little cubby hole? We'll have to see, is he going to flash that or put out of position? Smoke goes through. Mew eyeing up this B-take again. The set piece goes out. Easy with that orb. Just seeing what he can find. The follow-up flash actually going to cause him to fall on away. As Clivic will find Sinex, and it's all on Manizi on this B site. He'll fall instantly to Mew. And with that, the site completely taken by Mew without much of a fight either. Falshi finding Fear as he pushes down from mid. It's all on Hat-Trick and Morex, as both of them look to save towards the safe site. Headtrick maybe finding the odd player as they come in towards CT spawn, but I doubt he'll find much. Headtrick finding Clivic, and for that, with his position known, wouldn't surprise me if we see a bit of a utility expenditure to try and track him down. Headtrick, scope in the hands. Morex taking a bit of damage on long. Headtrick actually finding Falshi as well. Headtrick finding another as Headtrick hits his hat-trick. And Rajan and Mew now going to be the only remaining players for Mew. And if you look at their economy as well, they didn't really need to lose that. It is the last round of the half. But regardless, they could have full utility now. Instead, we're going to see them just miss the odd molly, maybe the odd flash here and there. Actually, I say that I've been able to invest into this fully. Navi Youth's going to be playing for long control. That AWP scopes in, the shot rings out, and Morix a bit scared to swing straight away. However, follow-up flash will see him go wide as Mute falls on away. See the set piece go on out. Head trick going to be that point of contact. That's what that flare towards. That's a very ambitious shot towards that ace site. Mew committing to this short push, and that's a beautiful take. Completely catching those long players off guard as it goes into a 5v5 retake. Head trick, finding Mew to open it up, and that could be the catalyst to kickstart this push. We see that Mew actually stacking fairly heavily towards short. That might be the odd player in Gandalf, but that molly is going to be beautiful for them. Benisi in that first barrel. What a shot as he finds Fauci as well. Rashing from behind, finding another though. As the M4 tap him down. Klivik going to find head trick to trade. Klivik finding a second onto Cynex. He'll find a third onto Morex, and Enzent will find Fear. With that, Mew lead it 10-5 at the end of the half, and Navi Youth have a bit of a mountain to climb. Well, it starts with the pistol round. Going into this second half, then we move to that T side. Mew going to have that favoured CT side, whereas on Dust 2 it's fairly close CT to T sided. Mew is still going to be that point of contact. Actually playing a bit of contact, go for a full armor buy. Looking at this Navi Youth on the other hand, going to be fairly passive as that push comes through from Majin, and Mew, a beautiful collapse on that short push, and Navi Youth categorically shut down by Mew there. Even though they only had armor, they played for the aim jewels, and that worked beautifully. The timing of the push worked out fabulously as well. It means that Fear, even though he has that utility in hand, he can't quite use it to its full effect. As the shots ring out, and Entent will find him. Fear just hoping to find more than just one kill in this round, but Entent finds another. And Mew doing a really good job to make it 11-5. As Navi Youth, we're going to see a timeout come out from Mew as well. Bear in mind, they have 5 in this. As we see them maybe take their call, decide just how they're going to approach this. What I would assume be an eco from Navi Youth. The force buy culture we only really see comes forward once you get a bomb plant. And that's why we see these fairly heavy utility buys in pistol rounds, as it gives them a chance to instantly force into this and go for a second. And as suspected, we're going to see a bit of an eco coming through from Navi Youth. Looks like it would just be the odd smoke, maybe the odd flash in their hands. It wouldn't surprise me if we see a short push, you know, an Xbox smoke goes out to start the round and they just try and barrel it up short. Maybe get the odd plant. Or it could just be one of those B hits where we see that smoke land towards the doors. I doubt they'll be going for something along here, after the Glocks being notoriously bad all around, so at range they're going to be even worse. Mew. And it looks like Fauci might not even buy anything, as he might stick to that USP going into this. 30 seconds after the timeout, as it's given me a really good chance to talk over what do you do. And Navi Youth are able to use this as well and try and find holes in the Mew defense. Even though we've only seen one round, we saw for a pistol round, Mew actually stacked 3 players towards mid. So it could potentially mean that any push towards long, B or short might catch them off guard, especially when you have such a mid-heavy setup. Short, maybe not so much, but long and B tunnels absolutely shouldn't be out of the question. We'll have to see if they pick up on that, or if it was Mew just playing that for the pistol round. We'll have to see. 9 seconds left now as we go live into round 17. And I stand corrected, Fauci will be holding on to that USP and nothing else. A fairly confident Dynamite who buys up late. Not so much confidence as Navi Youth actually faking that long control before barreling it up towards short. That Xbox smoke goes on down. And the push comes through. Hedrick barreling it. And leading the charge. Going to be that point of contact. There are players on site though. Mupi. As the drop into TT goes off. Ration finding 2. Mupi thinks down himself though. However, Encent from that long corner able to find one more. Klivik swings wide. Klivik finds 2 and Mew finds 12. 12 for 5 now. They lead against Navi Youth. As Navi Youth now going to be going for a fairly fast push towards B. Actually, Mew going for complete control. The push comes forward. Encent finding one Fib. Is able to trade. Fib finding a second in the trade, actually. Hedrick turning her away and finding Mew. And it's moving now, aggressing in long, seeing what they can find. And this push from Mew being shut down categorically by Navi Youth. Fauci coming up from it. Going to be that lone player. He'll be spotted as well. Getting the odds dink towards Renisi. Unfortunately, that'll be all he finds. Navi Youth find their first round on the T side. As Mew tried to go aggressive, unfortunately it's shut down. They were playing bonus though. You'll see Mew now responding with a double orb setup in the hands of Ration and Mew. It will just be a FAMAS on Enzent. Ranges that you see in Dust 2, it doesn't matter too much. So no, just going to tickle Enzent. As Navi Youth show presence around the map. Going out to a bit of a default, we're actually going to see Mew going for a fairly fast short control. Ration legs from an easy before falling on back. They exchange HPs just about as Mew takes the 1 HP advantage going into this. As Navi Youth doing fairly well on their default to at least get mid control. You see a fairly undisputed from Mew. They're not really caring to fight for short either, hoping to use the ranges that are provided by those orbs. Cynex tracking that initial smoke down as Navi Youth looking to commit to this B here. Ration only 16 or only 74 HP. We'll have to see what he can do with this. And spam comes through. Everyone taking a fair bit of damage. The molly goes out. The push comes forward. And Fear finds one. And that's a beautiful take. Cynex finds another. Mew shuts out of the sight. And 30 seconds left now. The remaining players looking to just save as Navi Youth make it 7 with a beautiful B take. As that bomb goes off, Mew gonna look to see if they can potentially damage this Navi Youth economy. Going for a full eco into a winning the bonus and then the full buy with relative ease means that they've actually been able to build a fairly stable economy. Mew on the other hand, just gonna be ecoing around the guns they've been able to save. Klivik just gonna be boosting his teammates up, hoping maybe a boost towards lower tunnels might get some form of control. As Navi Youth again going for one of these very B-heavy pushes. Fauci going to be that point of contact as they just look to shift on out. Trying to be that point of contact. He'll fall instantly. The follow-up push is there. And Fauci finding a second. However, Manisi able to trade. And Navi Youth, a great read from them to just make contact. Drifting on forward, you know, it's 50-50 whether or not they find a gun or not. And it doesn't really matter. They've got the site, they've got the plant. And 2 of these players won't have guns. Well, Manisi finding Mupi, and that's one of the orbs gone as well. Ration shifting on forward, he might spot that orb from behind, he'll tag him down. Goes into a fairly even gunfight now. That player will set aside spot as well. Ensign coming on forward, he'll be found. The M4 ringing true from Klivik. He'll find the remaining 2 players before he's taken down. And Mew make it 13-7. Kit picked up. They do have time as the defuse comes on in, and it looks like they'll be able to save both orbs as well. Or not. Actually, yeah, they will. Rajin and Klivic both holding on to this AWP, and Mew looking to maintain this double AWP setup, even though it can be quite costly. If you save one of them, it takes half that bill out of the setup. As Navi Youth going to be able to force up into this again, where they've got so many bomb plants, they don't really have to worry about their economic situation until maybe after losing this one, if they do. Mew, on the other hand, going into that same default. We don't really see him fight for long control, but again, they don't really have to. There wasn't much presence shown. So Navi Youth maintaining that default, hoping to find some form of aggression that we've seen from Mew. We saw that bonus round, they just pushed everywhere, and I think Navi Youth hoping for some sort of similar play. Molly goes down, and so they're going to be forced to go on away. Headtrick going to swing on wide, not spotting any players though. Short control established for Navi Youth. And Mew, I think CT player probably heard this, as he'll be forced on back by CT smoke from Manizi. Mew going to prevent any push away, well, up from shorts. The AWP from, well, EP, the AWP for Mew. Having to have a fairly good game so far. He's going to spot that AWP as they swing on wide on doors as well. He won't fall away just in time. Klivic going to take point of contact with Morax. Unfortunately, he's unable to find the kill. And Yupi missing the shot as well. He'll find one, however. The trade is there. Falshi finding another. Cynex able to take him down. Rajin and Enzen now. 2 versus 3. As Navi Youth going to have to swing wide to get this bomb. And Rajin, it's going to be open season for him without a bomb. Well, without a smoke onto the CT. He'll swing wide. Headtrick able to take him down now. Rajin, 1 versus 2. He holds on to that AWP, realising the odds are fairly stacked against him as he looks to fall on away. As Mew holding on to that AWP again. As Rajin able to hold on to that AWP. Navi Youth, on the other hand, going to find that 8th round, though. Going to be able to build just a little bit of economy. We've seen them hover around that 3-4k mark pretty much consistently throughout the game, so having to buy into this again, going to put a little dent into it. However, Mew looking to go into this double AWP setup again, really favouring its effectiveness. As we see Navi Youth with a fairly B-heavy default. We see time and time again, there's 3 players going up towards B. Enzen going to be the only player without a gun, well, without a rifle for Mew, as he looks to aggress with Mew. Point contact made. Cynex going to tear his head clean off, and unfortunately that AWP's going to be unable to be found, and Cynex pushes at the right time. He'll be able to take down Enzen now. That molly prevents any further push. Klivic be highly in towards CT, hoping to catch a follow-up push as well. That flash goes through, allowing him to swing. However, Headtrick doing a great job hiding. He's going to swing back, taking down Klivic. As Enzen pushing a fairly awkward time, able to pick up that gun. However, Cynex to swing and spam, able to find him. And Rajin and Falshi looking like they're going to have to save again. Navi Youth taking that B site, and B site being notoriously one of the hardest sites to retake on, well, in the game. We've seen Mew do it successfully before, but how many times can they do it, especially at 3-man disadvantage? The plant will come through, and they just don't shift from long. And what we see here is there's a delay in the plants from Navi Youth as well, as players look to hunt down the remaining guns for Mew. Bear in mind, their economy's ruined. Falshi with 0 and Rajin with only 50. They desperately need these guns. And as the players come up from CT, Falshi going to be that point of contact with that player coming in towards door. And as more players from Navi Youth look to push on towards door as well. Fifth man can flash in. And with that, Falshi going to be taken down. Morax will find Rajin, and Navi Youth doing a great job to deny the guns. Now, Mew looks to invest there. We see, if we look at their economy, it's absolutely ruined. It's going to be a full eco from them. And Navi Youth a wise play to delay that plant, allowing them to get that economic advantage, or maintain it at least. As Mew, on the other hand, is going to be on a full eco, looking to stack that B site. We've seen Navi really favouring it, actually. As Mew actually just pushing into it, going to be fighting them for it. Synec's going to be that point of contact. As there's no flash to be had. Finding one, finding two. However, the trade is there from Klivik fairly early on. Fear, though, preventing a push towards that AK. It will be retrieved regardless, though. The Willets actually seem to have dropped in towards tunnels. Molly going to allow them to buy a bit of space. Sphere looks to fall on away. Mupi and Fauci able to pick up an AK, but to what extent is that effective? So again, going straight in towards tunnels. You, on the other hand, going out towards T-spawn, looking to fight what he can. Fauci is going to be that player who hits the crunch from Navi Youth. Hedrick swings wide, he'll tear the head clean off of Fauci. It's all on Mew now. T-spawn, he'll swing wide, he'll spot that first bullet, but Hedrick showing why his name is Hedrick as he tears the head off Mewpie as well. And Navi Youth in double digits. Mew leading 13-10 as they go into another bye, but look at them economically and look at that loss bonus. The momentum really is in their favour at the moment. As Navi Youth now going for a fairly fast push towards mid. Manisi going to find Rajan to instantly open it up, and it's going to be a fast B hit. Point contact made, and Synec takes down Enzent. Now with that, Mew going to have to save yet again in towards A. Fauci coming up from mid. He won't quite spot that player as well, pushing forward. Fear's going to be able to find Mewpie with that as well. That's the AWP falling. Follow-up push is there, and Fear finds Klivik. Hedrick finds Fauci. And Navi Youth doing such a good job to, well, claw themselves back into this as Mew. That round deficit being reduced to only 2 rounds. It's been easy in mid, AWP in hand, waiting for that push to come through. Let's push it does. However, Mew holding firm. Mewpie finding 1. Hedrick finding 2. Hedrick finding 3, actually. A great shot from him. Rajan able to prevent a 3rd, and actually he's able to secure himself the bomb. Synix taking down Enzent as he pushes in towards tunnels. The trade is there from Rajan as it goes into a 1 versus 2. And if we look at the player count, Mew, considering they had absolutely nothing going into this round, they did absolutely amazing to take down 3 members. We're going to see a timeout coming forward here as Mew go into another bye round. And again, let's see that that double AWP setup come out on Mewpie and Rajan, really being favoured on that CT side for Mew. So that timeout comes through. What do you do if you're on the side of Mew? Well, you've seen that, how confident Navi Youth is towards that B side. I would really like to see that some mid control come forward, maybe push a player up towards top mid, and maybe catch a player off as he comes down towards short. Something that we saw happen once or twice, especially from the Navi Youth side, and it worked fairly effectively for them. So I kind of want to see them try it again. As that timeout ticks on down, Navi Youth, we look at their economy as well, and they're pretty much able to maintain themselves, well, for almost the entirety of almost the remainder of this game. You, on the other hand, scraping the bottom of the barrel here. There's going to be a little bit lackluster utility. It's enough to absolutely be good enough for them to last in the round. However, the cracks are showing. You know, the odd molly not being there, the odd flash not being there. And Navi Youth might be able to capitalize off that if they play it slow, try and drain the utility from Mew. They've got the smokes, but they don't have that offensive utility. Only 3 mollies. Now, as we look at that team money there for Mew, only 1,150 for the entire team. And that is no way able to maintain a rebuy next round. As there's going to be a fast long smoke going out from Navi Youth, looking to take long control, as Mew fighting them for it this time though. Flashes go off, the push comes forward, the swing goes round, Fauci opening out, finding fifth, Fauci finding a second onto Cynex, and Mew, this is just what they needed. Long control absolutely taken there, and it's allowed Fauci to push forward, get that AK. And Navi Youth are now starting reeling, because they didn't really push anywhere else other than long. So that molly goes down. Navi Youth faking a bit of a push towards this B site. Easy making some noise, but before falling on a way, Rash can see the push in from mid. Head trick finding Klivik, and that was a bit of a blunder for him. Already having a man advantage in this. They have 45 seconds left now, and Navi Youth looking like they're going to have to commit to somewhere fairly soon as they shift on towards mid. Going up towards short as well. Manisi going to be shifting into mid. Scope already in. As he looks to catch a player off guard. Unfortunately, he can't find anything, and with 30 seconds left, he needs to move somewhere quickly. Set piece goes out, the flash to follow, the swing comes in. And pushing towards CT, it meant that Mew might be caught off guard here. Unfortunately, he swings back in just the right time. Set piece comes out towards this A site, and Mew going to be that point of contact. Unfortunately, that player below him. He finally won. The trade is there from Head Trick. However, the follow-up means he gets taken down. Alchi on a great round from him so far. He'll find his third. Unfortunately, Mew, or Morex, sorry, able to take him down. And he doesn't have the time. Plant goes through. The swing to follow. He'll be able to take down a player. But Mew inevitably win the round. 14-12 now. And when the rounds are this close, even if it's just timing, Navi Youth cutting it just a bit too fine. As both teams reinvesting, Klivik, Ensense, and Fauci all on MP9s. But at that cost, they also have utility. And we'll have to see what they can get done with it. Ration, close mid. He's going to be that point of contact. Manisi shifting closer, seeing what he can find. Klivik going to be close. Mupi taking down Manisi in mid, preventing any further push. As Klivik's going to hit any push around him as they fall on away. Looking to go out on long, and unfortunately for Mew, there isn't actually any long presence. And Navi Youth picking their push perfectly. But the issue for them isn't getting long control, it's getting to the sites. And they have the utility to make that cross. However, Mew, with only MP9s, it's actually going to be a real issue to prevent that push. It wouldn't surprise me if we just see numerous flashes through that CT smoke once it goes down. And so actually looking to get to site in time, as he should be well aware of these smokes going down. The push comes out. Pushy Fashion going to be rocking halfway. The push comes forward. He's going to find the ball. He's going to find the remaining player. Another kill goes the other way. Cynex able to trade. Ensign able to take him down. And Glivik with an MP9 taking down Fear and Mew. Make it 15. Another timeout coming in through Mew. Wanted to discuss what they go for here. And again, we're going to see this double AWP setup from them. As that freeze time ticks on down, we're going to see Mew and Navi Youth both able to invest in this fully. So Navi Youth, if there was ever a time to reset Mew, they're going to have to win this round and win the round after. The only real chance they'll be able to push themselves at an advantage would be at 15-14. Whether or not they're able to make the comeback, we will have to wait and see. Personally, if I was in the shoes of Navi Youth, we've seen how Mew like that double AWP setup. We see how aggressive they can be with it, really favouring that mid-contact, especially with that duel between Mew and Mneezy, as well as they like fighting for long as well. Something I did see them do earlier, which I really liked, was that contact they made on B, especially when there's only an AWP there, or a FAMAS, because they're going to take that first shot. They're probably going to kill someone, but it's the retake that matters if you're on that T side. If you're able to push forward and get the site, you've pretty much won the round. We've seen Mew, because they like this double AWP setup, they can't push into rounds they can't retake rounds very well, and it's such an expensive build to have that a lot of the time we see if they don't have the site, they're just going to go and save. Even if it's a very reasonable fight, maybe 2 versus or 3 versus 5, where they probably could find an opening, they just choose not to. They don't even want to risk it because of how important this double AWP setup is to them. And we'll have to see if Navi Youth choose to make contact plays more, if they try and go somewhere fast, or, well, especially this B site. I really like the hits they've been doing to it when they make contact on that lone player. I should see Mneezy now, open hand, going to take that point of contact on that long beat. This push comes out, the shot rings out, and Mew able to retake it, able to thwart any defense. That boost comes in towards blue as well, catching any player off guard for Navi Youth. However, they've come out mid, Fit shifting out, and it means that Mew potentially facing the prospect of being trapped on this B site. However, Navi Youth will not wanting to push into it. Rajan, on the other hand, going to be pushing for Mew, taking this B tunnel control. He might hear that player shifting on away as well. A push at the right time for him could secure Mew this round. Unfortunately, the timing isn't there. He will somehow find Cynix. A beautiful shot from him. Fierce, spotting that player towards window, falling on away. He's made noise in towards mid. The contact is made. The surprise has been sprung, and Enzen able to get away with his life. It's going to be very difficult for Navi Youth to take this site as the push comes in. Rashin finding his second of the round. Rashin finding a third, and Enzen finds head trick. It's all on Mneezy. 1 versus 5, AWP in hand to keep Navi Youth in this game. He shifts closer to window. Rashin going to be that player to find. It's a great shot. Actually, he'll take down Rashin to open up. Pushing up towards CT, spotting that player. He'll be legs though, 4 HP. And with that, Klivik will take him down. And Mew make it 16-12 against Navi Youth. As Mew advance to the semi-finals of the Fight Night Season 2 qualifier. Again, don't go anywhere. We'll be joined with the other semi-final match where Mew will take on the winner of... Bear with us. Oh, we'll go to the other side of the bracket, my apologies, where I believe Win is going to be taking on... It'll be 1 Win versus the winner of Team Finest versus Brutes GG. Both teams that have seen some fairly high experience in Tier 3, Tier 2 teams. So we'll have to see just what they can get done with this. And again, I hope that the game was just as exciting as this one. A great effort to Navi Youth, and congratulations to Mew for advancing in towards the next round. Don't go anywhere, and we'll be joined. We'll be joining you with the next match very shortly. Hey, and welcome as Team Finest take on One Win. Team Finest being, of course, being a fairly highly rated team in Israel. I think probably the highest Israeli team to get through with at least a full Israeli lineup. Also, we actually look at the Faceit lobby, and One Win, the Russian team behind this, players like Davkos, Tony Black. This is a fairly highly rated team. So we'll have to see if the Russian Giants can take on this Israeli powerhouse that, of course, has probably trying to break in to this tier 2, tier 3 scene. And, of course, the map being trained on a German server, so we will have to see just how each team fares. Of course, the lineup for One Win being Propler, Davkos, Travis, Ren, and Tony Black. The roster and team finest being Blue Phoenix, Nertz, Zensa, Asylum, and Mestal. I'm your caster Kramer3, and I hope you guys are all having a wonderful evening, as we should be going live into this fairly soon. We've only got about a minute left to connect, so transition could come through any second now, as we hold firm. There we go. Alright, warm-up going through now, and it's quite interesting to see Davkos and Tony Black, players that, of course, used to play on the old Vega Squadron lineup. Definitely FPL players, definitely extremely good in their own right. We'll have to see. One Win, of course, we've seen them play in a fairly large amount of Tier 2 tournaments, quite a lot as well. To name a few, it would have to be... we saw them in this Blast Premier for the CIS Cup. We saw them play in Rota Rio quite a lot as well. And so it'll be really interesting to see if they can kind of transfer that skill set into this game as well. Bear in mind, Team Finest, with only one player in the server, they've actually got 15 minutes, or 50 seconds, sorry, to connect. Hopefully you'll see them all in just a moment. Alright, as the time to connect runs down, we'll have to wait just a moment for Team Finest to join. And again, both these teams fighting to have a spot in the finals. This being the semi-final of CSGO Fight Night Season 2 qualifier. We look beforehand. We had Navi Jr. taking a fair beating from Miu. Miu, of course, going on to play against Golden Knights in the other semi-finals. Of course, the winner of that playing against the winner of this in the finals. The teams will be joining Team Unique, Team 100 Ping Warriors, Team Z Zombies, and we have other teams that are going to be able to work their way through the qualifiers. And we're going live into the knife round as Team Finest look to take on one win to progress to the finals of the CSGO Fight Night Season 2 third qualifiers. The Slashers go back and forth, one win, taking that knife round and choosing the side, setting the pace of the game as they choose that favoured CT side. Team Finest actually looking for a fairly utility-heavy buy. Going to be two smokes, Molly and a flash as they look to execute potentially towards B. Ren, as he pushes in towards Pop Dog, he's going to hear all this, and he's going to hear those players jump down instantly. What cause to get a bit of a rotation. Going to be two players from one win, stacked up. Outside B, as that bomb gets dropped, that's going to be the audio cue they need. Ren, join up with a teammate in Pop Dog, as the only bit of utility will be on Davcost, with that smoke in and kit in hand. Set piece lined up, the execution comes out, and the players follow as the Finest looks to execute out towards this B site. Nuts finding one, Silent finding one as Davcost opens up on Blue Phoenix, only back finding one of his own, tearing the head clean off of Zentz. So he's going to find Nuts as well, a 2k for him. As we go into a 3 versus 2 now, Metzel able to get into Connector, getting from behind, Travis being taken down by Asylum. And for Team Finest, this could be the kick point for them, turning around and head back towards that A site. There won't be any players there to contest them. As Metzel finds Poplash as he looks to push away. From behind now, Tony Black coming out of Pop Dog, going to spot those players as they fall on away. Knowing there's going to be someone towards centre site for him to fight. As he'll tap up where he can. The drop comes through, we'll see him jump on up. When that player shift on the way, he'll tear his head clean off, knowing the location of the last as well. He's going to run back, pick up that defuse kit, which could potentially allow him to have a chance in this round. That Molly from Asylum, hoping to secure him. That position, the tap comes through, the stick goes out as the defuse comes in. The knife slishing and slashing it with that Asylum. Going to knife Tony Black and securing Team Finest their first round against one win. A great pistol round from Team Finest there, deciding to rotate out of incredible point for them, allowing to get that connecting control and then just turn on away. As we're going to see them capitalize off that by buying full AK. It's going to be on Mac 10 here and there on Metzel and Zenza. As one win looks to force up as well, be a UMP in the hands of Tony Black as he almost catches off those first players. Propler falling away just in time as those nades go off. Nuts going to find Davcost on the other side of the map. That's the opening for Team Finest. And as the smokes go down, Propler, great little no scope from that scout in towards the smoke, going to pack down Blue Phoenix. He'll actually find Blue Phoenix through the smoke. However, he'll be able to take Ren with him. As rotation from Propler comes through instantly, actually that scout moving across, Travis finding Asylum. Nuts finding Travis, and Propler now forced to fall on away. That ERP and Tony Lap just going to try and buy some time. However, Zenza able to find him as it falls into the hands of Propler now. 1 versus 3. And as we'll find Zenza, a nice little opening for him actually. With only 18 HP and no armor. Things are looking fairly dire for him. Scope in, it'll shift closer. He's actually going to potentially spot that player close to him. He'll tag down Metzel. Unfortunately, he's unable to take him down. That Max 10 just tapping all it needs to. As Team Finest make it 2-0 on the T side of Train. One win now. Going to be holding to that full eco. Will just be the odd USB for them. That's a great nade from Nuts to open it up. Instantly taking down Ren fairly low. MP7 in hands. He pushes on. Now going to find two players instantly. Allowing himself to build a bit of economy behind the back of the sensor with that Max 10. Going to find Tony Black as that MP7 rules supreme. Finding another and finding a fourth Nuts. A beautiful rampage from him there. His Team Finest find 3 very quick kills. Team Finest now going to be stacked up for a fairly fast A-take. The flash has come out. It is a full buy from 1 win. We'll have to see what they can get done with it, though. And that MB7 from Nuts being so effective. As the trades go left and right, it does go into a 2 versus 3 now as Davkos finds Nuts. Med's still able to trade onto Davkos, though. Tony Black able to get towards center sight. And Asylum, though, coming up from Pop Noise to spot that player in towards Heaven. Ren able to take him down as Metzel from the top of that smoke. Tony Black will find him, and 1 win off the back of their full buy. They'll be able to get their first round against Team Finest. Bear in mind, though, Team Finest were playing for a bit of a bonus. So they're going to be able to force into this with relative ease. It will be AKs around the boards and an AWP on Nuts. Follow-up, of course, coming out from Davkos. We'll have to see who wins this AWP duel. As 1 win going for, again, a 1B setup. That 1B player, of course, being Tony Black. So he plays relatively close, getting contact, then falling on away with the support of his utility. Team Finest stacked up towards A right now. Tony Black is playing for info, not wanting to commit to anything too heavily. Davkos going to be there to support him that. But set piece goes out. The AWP unfortunately missing as Team Finest able to get onto the site with complete ease. How are they going to buy about a bit of time as Tony Black falls on away? And that is a beautiful execution from Team Finest. Goes into a 5 versus 5 retake. Says finding 1, Tony Black trying back, finding a second as Asylum finds him. Propler finding Asylum now. 2 versus 3. Metzel making noises. Point of contact made. As he'll shift on closer, looking to find one of the players and potentially catch them off guard for 1 win. Nuts shifting forward with that open hand as well. He's going to miss his shot. Random will find him. Propler swinging forward. A USP in hand. He'll take him down. And that allows 1 win to potentially go to a double AWP setup. They choose otherwise and stick to the AKs. And Team Finest now completely reset economically. As they're going to see the odd bit of pistol and armor, the odd bit of utility. As we're going to see what would potentially be a very fast play from them. It's going to be 2 smokes, 4 flashes. Wouldn't surprise me if we see something very fast. It's a bit of a fake A setup going through that molly, allowing them to push Pop Dog and Steve. Boy, what a shot from Propler, finding 3 kills instantly. Travis finding 1 of his own. It's all on Asylum. Legal in hand, and Propler finds his 4th, tearing his head clean off and allowing 1 win to tie it up 3-3. And as we go into, again, another full buy from Team Finest, we look, they don't really have the economy to support themselves, as will be the odd Galil here and there on Blue Phoenix and Nuts. Woman, on the other hand, just playing to extend their lead. That nade from Ren, beautiful. So it takes down Metzel. Harris now falling on away. Denser now shifting forward on B. Gonna make that point of contact with the MP9. Tony Black, of course, unable to really take a long-range fight, especially against an AK, and I think they both spotted each other there. That mutual shift away as Tony Black stops wiggling. Just to hide towards up, he's going to drop. And actually, Zenza having shifted up from lower. That could prove to be deadly for Team Finest. They have 1-man disadvantage, and they need a hero play. Zenza could potentially be just that. That player's going to come around. He's going to be spotted. However, he falls on away. He's going to spot that player towards center side. He'll take him down. Tony Black falling. 4 versus 4 now. However, Propler able to find him. Travis finds Nuts as well. Blue Phoenix on the side. I'm going to be late towards the site as well. That first player traps back down towards White Train. The other going down towards Connector. Asylum is able to find him though. Davkos will trade. The swing comes forward and Blue Phoenix unable to find him as 1 win, make it 4-3. So you take the lead against Team Finest. As you find us now, going to be on just pistols as they stack up towards their main, hoping to explode out off the back as a flash. However, I'll be spotted. Travis tapping down what he can. He'll instantly take down that first player, almost finding a second as well, as his team is there to support him. The remaining pistols just shifting on out, getting the odd dink, but no kill to be found. As Propler takes down Asylum, it's all on Blue Phoenix as the tap continues. Propler finding his second, well, his third actually, and securing one winner. A comfortable lead now, 5-3 as they lead against Team Finest, finding the last 5 rounds in a row. And Team Finest now going to be going on to a full buy themselves. Tony Black getting a very aggressive swing towards ramp, spotting that player before falling on away. Team Finest. Going to have this aggressive A presence. However, Ren able to get into Pop Dog very early on could prove to be to their detriment, actually. As one win with this push in towards Pop Dog and Ivy. They don't really have to do much other than wait for the push to come. And with that point of contact is made. Ren will find Zedsa in Pop Dog. Remaining players for Team Finest. Now a real issue here as Metzel going to be towards Sandwich, his position unknown. However, as the spin comes forward, he'll find one. The trade is there instantly from Travis. Metzel falling. It's Blue Phoenix and Asylum, and now it's just Blue Phoenix. Travis on a bit of a rampage as he flash himself through that AMA, so the swing to follow. As unfortunately, it looks like he'll be swinging to his death here. And Avkos tearing his head clean off. As Team Finest now going to be on a force buy. Unfortunately, their economy not looking too good at all. It will just be the odd AK Galil. Only a Deagle in the hands of Nerds as they look to make a bit of a contact play on B. One win. Sacking 2 players towards upper. They're just going to run out. The push is made. That player and upper. Tony Black taking down one. Nerds able to find him though. The follow-up push comes through. Ren finding that first player. Davkos with that all finding another. Ren finding a second. In ahead of Nerds. And Propler not even allowing Asylum to even consider pushing behind as they find their 7th now, leading 7-3. As we'll see a timeout come through from Team Finest. And if you're in Team Finest's position, what do you do? Well, personally, their push towards Ivy has been the most effective I've seen so far. When they play fast out of A main, we saw that MP7, how effective it is. So I would expect to see a bit of an Ivy and A push. Granted, a fast play towards A could work perfectly. We see Davkos with that ult playing towards center site. So if he can be caught off while making that jump into center site, it could potentially buy Team Finest a couple of seconds of freedom, at least to get out towards E-Box and put some pressure on those Ivy players. As the timeout comes on through. Just a minute left and one win. Their economy being absolutely incredible right now. 53k. Their total money value after buying as well. Travis with 13k. Ren with 10. Davkos with 13. Whereas look at Team Finest. They haven't bought yet and they're still only kind of relegated to just 3k give or take. They are going to be on just pistols and armor this round as well. Wouldn't surprise me if we see a fast play with just these pistols. Maybe they'll flash here and there to at least buy them a bit of support. Yeah, we will have to see. Team Finest again going to be on just pistols and armor. They do have the loss bonus to support, so they kind of buy down to about 1.4 as they see Tech 9s and a fair bit of utility. And here it comes, the B rush. Tony Black, of course, we see him play close towards ramp. He's going to get that point in contact. He's going to hear that flash come through. He's going to hit those players around him as well. As shoulder peek at the right time could be what decides the round here. Team Finest actually going to make contact. Zensa going to swing up from upper. Unfortunately, neither player spotting each other. The timing is perfect. Zensa, though, able to get all the way out before the remaining players push forward. And if he makes noise here accidentally, he will as he drops down. And that could prove to be to his detriment. Unfortunately, one win. Haven't heard him. Actually, they will. They've heard him and they found him. The push comes forward. The swing comes out. And Nuts instantly taking the head off of Ren. However, Tony Black from behind on oil. He's going to find Zensa. The trade is there from Nuts. So the plant comes forward. 3 versus 4 now. The flash goes out. The push comes forward. Davkos finding that first player. Turning around, almost finding a second though. Silent will find him. The follow-up flash allowing Team Finest to get on away. Propler swinging forward. He's going to have to reload that M4 before he even considers a push. Travis from behind though. He's already caught towards close sides. Going to find one. Going to find two. A third player around him. He's going to turn around. Almost finding a third though. Blue Phoenix finding a 1 versus 1 now. As Blue Phoenix swings wide, tearing the head. Clean off of Propler and Team Finest. The last 8 rounds, they finally win one of them. Finding their 4th and putting an end to this 1-win reign of tyranny. A reign of an iron fist, at least. Preventing any players to even get close to their sights. As Nert's down, getting that opening on Travis. Davkos replying, though. Before that smoke goes down, we're going to see Ren there. Also pulling his weight, finding Zensa. Blue Phoenix able to trade. As the trades go back and forth, and see Davkos jumping up, able to peek up towards A main. He's going to spot that player. I'm not quite sure if it was registered, though, as Tony Black finds Phoenix. We'll see Nuts now pushing forward. Scoped up towards Ivy, waiting for the player to drop down. He won't, and Davkos finding Nuts, ready for that push. Metzel able to trade, though, and Tony Black will find him, allowing Team Finest to get reset completely. Granted, they did win when they were on a pistol and armor buy, so their economy not completely ruined. But 1 win now, 8-4, as they extend their lead, securing themselves a victory in the first half. Team Finest now going for that push towards that B side. Davkos making that point of contact, taking down Zensa. The follow-up pushes there. Metzel finding Davkos. The push comes forward. Tony Black to finding one of his own. Gareth finding another one. Asylum tapping down what he can as Nuts finds Tony Black. Here it goes into a 3 versus 2. And jumping up, closing the distance, pushing forward. He'll take down Nuts. It's all in Asylum. 1 versus 3. Tech 9 in hand, and Travis taking him down, allowing 1 win to find their 9th, 9-4 now as they lead against Team Finest. And this goes from a victory in the half to what could potentially be a stomp in the half if they can find these last 2 rounds. Team Finest now looking to spread out into a default. We see Propler leading a charge towards Ivy. That nade landing beautifully, taking down Nuts. As Team Finest going to be on a bye round. They lose this, they're going to have nothing for the last round of the half. Atsulf pushing forward. He's going to get that trade onto Ren before falling on away. Davkos now, open hand on Ivy. It looks like it's going to be that point of contact if he shifts closer As Enzo pushes forward, Travis is going to spot him. Travis actually waiting for that flash to come through. Davkos finding one Asylum, able to trade. Travis now. Oh, turning from that flash, just push forward. Got that first player, almost taking down a second though. Metzel able to trade, 2 versus 2 now. So you find to push forward. That Molly going to force him out of position. He's just to jump up on green, cover the distance towards that Ivy player. He will take down Asylum. Metzel now 1 versus 2. 11 HP. He's already found 2 this round. Can he find 2 more? Make a bit of noise, and unfortunately the swing from Broke Blood is all One Win needs to find their 10th now. 10-4 as they lead against Team Finest. Zenza going for a fast Ivy play actually. Team Finest stacking up AKs where they can and then just to push up Ivy instantly. Zenza finding one. The push comes on through Team Finest. Hoping to at least make it 10-5 as they start descending on this A site like vultures to a fresh carcass. Ren going to be hiding in heaven though. Going to be that point of contact. It's a push from behind. Nerds going to take down Tony Black as well. As Metzel will take down Davkost. From heaven now, Ren strikes, he'll find Asylum. Zenza through the smoke, finding him. It's all on Travis now, 1 versus 4. He's really close sight, so he might be able to get a cancel on that plant. He will. Take down 1, take down 2, however. Blue Finest. Oh, Blue Phoenix, sorry. We'll take him down as Team Finest. Find their 5th round. 1 win, only leading by 5 rounds now. 10-5. As they finish the half. And Team Finest now for a fairly armor-heavy buy, same for 1 win. Both teams looking to potentially brute force an attack here. Team Finest looking to push out of Ivy. Contact is made. 2 players fall. Well, 1 player falling instantly. Zenza able to trade. Zenza finding a second. Nuts finding one of his own. The trade is there though. Travis will take him down. As the Ivy push is nullified by Team Finest. 1 win. We have to see what they can do with the remaining 2 players. It will be Davkost to try and open up this B site. He'll swing wide. He'll tap down Asylum to open it up. And that's all they needed. Davkost now, after getting that kill, he's just going to fall on away. Looks like 1 win have sold the fake, and Metzel has fallen for it. He's going to be clearing that site as hard as he can. However, 1 win. Pushing back down towards this A site. Will be a matter of time, though, before Team Finest realise it. So shift closer towards ramp, wanting to take this fight. And 1 win needs to move quickly if they want to capitalise off this advantage that they found. As the push comes through, that bomb being led by Travis. The plant comes out. Looks like these players looking to go down. Drop. Davkost going to be that point of contact. Zenza drops down silently, actually. Davkost will find him. Davkost on for his third now. It's Metzel pushing the distance. He'll find Davkost. 1 versus 1 now. Travis versus Metzel. And that's actually completely aware that push that could potentially come around from the back of blue. Will he have the timing though? It's Travis. Not quite turning to face him. He's going to hit that player rotate away. He'll hear that smoke go down as well. The tap comes through. And the push comes out. And what a shot from Travis there. Finding the head of Metzel as he swings around. I don't even think he was aiming for the head there. He just wanted to tap towards the smoke. As 1 win. Find their 11th. 11-5 as they lead against Team Finest. Tony Black now. Going to be pushing down towards B. We see he's a bit of a B-man for 1 win, playing on CT and T side as part of his default. Zenza going to be aggressive and Pop Dog as well. Coming up, just trying to see what he can find. Actually, he'll find that first player. Also, almost find a second though. Tony Black able to trade though. As 1 win, lose 1 of their AKs. As the set piece comes out on that ace site. Metzel going to be spamming close towards E-Box. Push comes through. Tony Black losing his head, actually, as one win move into a stack. Trades go back and forth, and Blue Phoenix takes down Ren. It's a 1 versus 2, and unfortunately for Davcost, Asylum able to spam through the smoke, able to find him before he's able to leave the smoke. And Team Finest make it 6. 1 win now, leading 11-6. As Team Finest looking to capitalize off the win with those pistols. That's 1 win. Not wanting anything to do with it. Will be full deals coming out from them, as well as the utility to support it. See some spread around the map. Ren opening up instantly, finding Zenza. The trade is there from Metzel. Stavkost dropping into the pop. Will be mollied out straight away as he shifts on out Asylum. With this aggressive angle in B, he's going to spot that first player before tapping and running on away. That's now shifting towards Bob. He'll tear the head clean off of Davcost. That auto shotgun proving to be merciless at that range. Now Travis now going to be the player to see if he can stop that shotgun spree. Swing wide. Unfortunately, he won't. Nuts taking him down. And Team Finest looking to snowball themselves another round. It's Asylum taking him down. It's all on Propler. And he'll find one, but Asylum has other things to say about it. Team Finest find their 7th 1-win lead, 11-7 now. So we go to round 19. It will be a full eco from 1 win as well. Team Finest hoping gonna hold on to that XM10 on Nuts as well. Have to see to what effect he can put it. As we'll see him push down towards Pop Dog. Davkost's gonna dive straight down, boost in hand. Unfortunately, that XM gonna be his fate. As the push comes forward, Asylum finding one, typing down what he can. However, that's allowed the bomb to get across towards the site, and the plant will come through. That's all 1 win needed. Plant goes out. Asylum finds one, Metzel finds the other. It's all on Tony Black. There's players around and players above him. As the spam comes through, Tony Black will fall. And Team Finest find their 8th. Granted, though, 1 win had no investment in this round at all, so getting the bomb plant was all they really needed. This push comes forward. Team Finest again, going to be on a full buy. 1 win on the other hand, going to barrel it out of A actually. It's a very fast pace, Tony Black instantly finding Blue Phoenix. The remaining players from Team Finest going to be sitting back and just trying to take contact where they can. Zenza finding Ren from behind. Asylum will take down Travis. Propler finding 2 of his own to trade though. And that may have been all 1 win needs. Zenza coming out from Pop Dog, going to make it 2 versus 2 as he finds Propler. Asylum making noise in Pop Dog before falling on all the way back down towards the site. Zenza fading away into Connector, waiting for his teammate to come and support him. It's Tony Black and Davkos now. 2 versus 2. And everyone takes a moment to hold their breath. Davkost potentially facing the peak from these players on Tunnel 2. Tony Black finding that first player of Zenza. The follow-up is there from Asylum. However, they've changed places. 1 win looking to go through the connector towards this B site. And unfortunately for Asylum, he's going to be caught completely off guard. That bomb plant's going to go through, and that's just going to be heartbreaking for him. As the plant goes out, Davkost will be taking an aggressive angle as well. And Asylum not wanting to do anything to do with it. 1 win, going to secure that 12th round as Asylum falls back down towards Ivy to save that AWP of his teammates. As that bomb goes off. 1 win, leading 12-8. Now we're actually going to see Team Finest now. Going for a fairly aggro play as well. They're able to buy up into this completely. There will be a single orb in the hands of Nerds. And AUG and Blue Phoenix as well. Both teams with a fair bit of utility. So at least toy with each other. Blue Phoenix, so falling as Davkos takes that point of contact in Ivy. Charis dropping down. It's going to make contact with that player in Pop Dog. Wary of his location. As that molly should force him away. And Metzel actually taking a fair bit of damage from it as well. However, through the box, we're going to see that spam come through from center side. It's going to hit Tony Black down to just 21 HP. And 1 win, potentially looking to execute out towards this B site here. We see that bomb shifting down towards the right. We see Travis ready to try his luck. As Enslow looking to come up that ladder, and he's got the perfect timing for himself. As he comes on up. Flash comes out. Asylum taken down as he falls on away. Zenza making noise as he drops. Davkos not hearing him though. Will it be a knife kill? He'll find that first player swinging on wide. Find that bomb player as well. As he'll find 2. However, Tony Black putting an end to his reign. 3 versus 2 now. 4-1 win as Team Finest have kickstarted this retake already. Metzel already up towards close oil. That flash is going to go off. He's going to jump up onto that spindle. Spine that player towards oil, close in the distance. Taking down Propolar. And 1 win, a rock in a hard place right now, and Metzel finding Tony Black. It's all on Travis. He'll fall as well to Mertz. A fine retake from Team Finest. And from the jaws of absolute defeat there, they're able to regain that B site. 1 win, they are able to get a bomb plants, their economy just about recovering. But they can only be beat down so many times from Team Finest here, as we see them getting a fairly solid position. Going into a double op setup now on Blue Phoenix and Nerds. 1 win. Just going for a bit of a gimmick play with these 3 nades. Lobbing them all towards center side, seeing what they can find. And it's a lot of damage! Propolar and Zenza falling along. Sorry, Metzel and Spencer falling. Ren finding Blue Phoenix with that deagle. It's all on Nerds and Asylum now. Travis jumping up, going to spot that first player. Nerds switching to the M4. As a swing wide, finding that first player. Almost finding a second. He will. It's all on him, though. They'll find a third. Almost finding a fourth, though. Tony Black will take him down. And 1 win. The gimmicky 3 nades towards center site, working perfectly for them as they make it 13-9. And Team Finest, that double op setup is expensive. We see that they're unable to invest in this fully. It will be an auto shotgun on Zenza. The scout in the hands of Nerds and Eagles to follow up. That's 1 win. We'll be approaching this with rifles and AWPs. Also shotgun close in the distance. However, Tony Black instantly taking him down. The trade is there from Metzel though. Ren able to find him. Follow-up kill from Ren as well as he takes down Asylum. That's Blue Phoenix and Metzel now, the remaining players. Metzel taking that fight from Connector, tapping up towards center site. Unfortunately, that molly going to prevent any further push. From behind, Blue Phoenix finding 1. Ren covering the distance, actually jumping up into Connector, finding 2 of his own on the remaining players. And 1 win. Take it 14-9 against Team Finest. See Davkos fighting, Nuts to open up. Davkos fighting a second on Metzel as well as he aggressives from a main. And as 1 win now shifting up towards this A site. Actually for Team Phoenix, it is a bit of an eco from them. They realise they're going to have to play for overtime rather than the round. Davkos fighting another on Asylum. Red close the distance, he pushes towards Connect. He'll take down Blue Phoenix. It's all on Zenza now and Pop Dog. He's going to swing on out. Davkos, ruthless as he finds 4 there. Allowing 1 win. To be just 1 round away from the finals of CSGO Fight Nights qualifier. Set piece comes out. One win. And for a fairly fast push out of A main. Ren actually able to get there. He's just going to barrel it up from Sandwich. That push comes forward. However, Blue Phoenix able to find him. Down towards B. Silent Finder. What a Silent Finding two. Two very quick headshots for him there. So follow-up comes through as well. Davcost shifting forward, seeing what he can find. I'll spot that player towards Oil, taking down Nerds instantly. Asylum, one closer out, we'll find Travis on Davcost, still misses shot. He'll hold out his knife and await his death as Asylum. Able to find a 4K there to allow Team Finest to hit round 10. They just need to find 5 more rounds now in order to push it towards overtime. Team Finest now going for a fairly aggressive default. One win on the other hand, kind of naded out of position. Ren taking so much damage from these nades. He pushed at the right moment. He might be able to take down Metal. However, Metal appears to be ready for it. As we're going to have to hold firm. Both players agonizingly close to each other. Ren swing right, taking the head clean off of Metal. The trade is there though. As Finest with this aggressive A setup. Travis going to find Zenser in connect, or in Pop Dog as well, allowing the AWP to fall on away towards center site. 4 versus 3 now for 1 win. Push from A main, Nuts. Tying it up. Jumping that smoke before falling on back. The wall bang in the right place might find one of those players, however. It's falling a bit shy. As 1 win, reaction to this by looking to go fast out on that B site. Asylum, going to be that point of contact. He was perfect. The Team Finest last round. Can he do it again? Blue Phoenix finds Propler. Tony Black and Travis now look to maintain the site. As Asylum from above will find Travis. The trade almost there from Tony Black, though unfortunately it isn't. The push comes on down. Tony Black falling. And Team Finest make it 11. One win now. Going to be on just Eagles and the odd bit of, well, the odd gun here and there. So they look to push and cover the distance. Wants to take site very quickly. Travis spamming what he can. He'll find that first player. Blue Phoenix finding 2 of his own to trade though. Propler finding Blue Phoenix. A great little 1D for him though. However, he Spurs were 1 versus 3. Bomb in hands. As he looks to fall on away. Jumping up, potentially seeing what he can find to spot that player towards heaven. See that player towards stop sign as well. Trying to spam what he can. Unfortunately, as he falls on away, he's going to lose HP every single fight he takes. As he looks to just push down towards B. However, Team Finest absolutely aware of this. I'll actually see players towards ramp. Asylum tearing the head clean off of Team. Well, most of Team Finest actually. Asylum having a great couple of rounds actually. Pretty much carrying Team Finest through these last 3. We're going to see 1 win though. Going into another full buy will be AKs all around. Maybe an AWP in the hands of Davcost. As Team Finest now. Going to see if they can build some economy behind this, because of course they've reset 1 win if they win this. And it will be all to play for that final round. As the spams come through, Nuts. On that top of box, seeing what he can find. Unfortunately, he won't see anything as he falls on away. 1 win in this kind of passive default. We see players stacked up towards Ivy, maybe hoping to find some contact. However, Team Finest kind of neglected it. Push comes in towards main. Travis finding 1, falling on away though. as that kind of takes the pincer out of part of this push. We're going to see that smoke go down, allowing a bit of a push to come through from 1win towards the speed side. Blue Phoenix jumping up. He's going to spot that first player. The second, though, Davkos taking him down. The trader's there. Asylum finding red. Nerds scopes up, ready to find any CT player. Pushing. Tony Black finding Zensa. As he finds out these forward positions being shut down categorically. Asylum dropping from heaven. Davkos uncharacteristically missing with that AWP, and as he falls on away, Nerds is going to be covering the distance with that AK. Swing wide, Davkos will find him though. It's all on Asylum. 1 versus 2 to keep Team Finest in the game. And with 15 seconds left, 1win have to commit to a site, and soon. Push comes forward, the plant comes out, the scope is in on connector. Asylum shifting forward. And he'll spot Davkos. Both players shying away, really. They've got not much HP to their names at all. Asylum can absolutely win this. The tap comes through, the first tap. And no push is there. 1win not wanting to bite. We see that shoulder peek, knowing there's no player to be caught as Asylum pushes on closer. Spot that first player. He'll take the head, clean off of Tony Black, but Davkos wins the 1 versus 1. And 1win will be your first finalist team in the CSGO Fight Night Season 2 qualifier. And well, there you have it. Team Finest, unfortunately, their T side not the best. Again, well, actually, probably their CT side not the best. We saw that 1win were able to get 10 rounds on that T side of Train, and for Team Finest, the issue they really had was that we saw towards the end there, they were playing very, very aggressive towards main, taking main control consistently, pushing Ivy. We always saw for 1win there'll be a player towards back of Ivy holding that position, which is something we didn't really see from Team Finest. We saw that they would like to take these aggressive forward positions, but it means that once a rotation comes through or once a fight comes through from Ivy, all these players have to just flow on back and get to the site, and rather than just fighting for the push, they end up having to race the T's to that A site, and normally that's why they kept getting caught out of position. And so unfortunately for them, it didn't quite work out. I'm your caster, Crema3. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll be back tomorrow with more exciting games for you guys to watch. See you in the next one.